Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today we'll be tracking what be an extreme wind event that be going on across portions of the central and northern plains and even across portions of Montana there as well. We're also going to be tracking for the threat for what could be a winter storm or maybe perhaps a blizzard that could happen across portions of the upper Midwest. And then later down the road could be quite a bit of upper level snow. Could be multiple rounds of snow across some of these regions here across the Laurel Hall Valley and perhaps getting into portions of the Midwest. We're still tracking for the possibility for perhaps could be a nor'easter. It's not going to be a big one right now, but it's still could be a nor'easter. And there's going to be other threats that be coming in. We're going to watch this region here closely here over the next several days here. There's been some trends that a big storm system could happen across some of these regions here later on down the road. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is probably going to be a long video. So let's try not to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started with this major wind event that be happening today into tomorrow for over the next couple of days. These light brown colors right in here, these are high wind warnings that are in effect. For some of these regions, these high wind warnings for wind gusts as high as 80 miles an hour. And that is some very impressive stuff there, and that could be pretty damaging to property and stuff like that. These brown colors here, these are high wind watches here. I'm pretty sure these are wind advisories. Then you can see here with where we had that blizzard potential, we have winter storm watches for western Wisconsin and a decent chunk of Minnesota, along with some winter weather advisories mixed in there as well. Meanwhile, across the Northwest, you guys are going to be experiencing some flooding issues over the next several days, where you can get see few inches of rain over the next few days. So for you guys across the Northwest, it's going to be a very active pattern. But let's go ahead and get started with this wind event because this is going to be a little bit of a dangerous situation here. So let's go ahead and get started with the high-risk NAM, and you can see here we have wind gusts uh, as for a prediction by the high-risk NAM as high as 70 to 80 miles an hour for some of these regions here. But generally speaking, wind gusts could be as high as 70 miles an hour at times. Sustained winds could be really 30 to 45 miles an hour, which is quite impressive there for sustained winds. So this could do some damage out there, especially with wind gusts this strong. This could bring damage to some of your homes, could bring down power lines, trees, and stuff like that. And this is not like a few minutes like a severe thunderstorm. This is going to be happening over the next couple of hours here. So this is some impressive stuff here that be going across not only Montana, but even getting down to portions of Wyoming, which some of those higher elevations could also see near 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. You can see there's one area right there, 85-mile-an-hour wind gust. And you can see here it does continue down to the southeast, eventually getting into the plain states here. You can see our wind gusts could be as high as 70 to 75 miles an hour in some of these regions here. And this is going to be a little bit of a dangerous situation here for some of these regions here, especially where you're going to have wind gusts over 70 miles an hour. That's just some impressive stuff there, just not by thunderstorms. These are non-thunderstorm winds here. This is winds coming off from a northwest flow going along a trough. So this is stuff to watch here. And then as we start to get to Thursday, eventually we're going to start to see a low developing somewhere right in here. And this could possibly bring some blizzard potential across portions of Minnesota to Iowa here. What we had originally forecasted was portions of Wisconsin, maybe northern Illinois. That has shifted a little bit further to the west here. Just a little bit here with some of that snow there. So let's go ahead and move on to this topic here. And at around the same time, you got at times some snow here going on across places like St. Paul, Rochester, maybe Waterloo as well, Des Moines, uh, even Walker, Minnesota, and Duluth, Minnesota there as well. And I do apologize if I mispronounce these names here. But anyways, let's go ahead adding on top with the wind gusts. And you can see here, some areas doesn't quite reach to blizzard territory. However, some areas it actually does get close to it, especially right down here. 47-mile-an-hour wind gusts close to 50, along with snow. That's near. That's about blizzard conditions there. Now it has to be pretty much like sustained winds, which does get somewhat close to it, but this can be a possibility for some near blizzard conditions across some of these regions here. And let's kind of move on here. Move on later today on Thursday, you can see your snow is becoming quite widespread across Minnesota, even going up across portions of North Dakota, Iowa, northern Illinois, portions of Indiana, and Michigan, and even Wisconsin for some of those regions there. And if we kind of highlight here where some of the snow is going to be all going, and we'll turn on the wind gusts here. This is going to be a very helpful tool to use here. So basically we got snow in these regions here, and let's go ahead and add on top of those sustained winds. You can see here it does get even worse back here. 25-mile-an-hour sustained winds. You got wind gusts as high as close to 50 miles an hour. So there'll be a chance for blizzard conditions, possibly at least on the western side of this low here. Even right over here, out across portions of Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, you do have some decent wind gusts. I mean, 33 miles an hour, that is some decent wind gusts. I highly doubt you guys will see blizzard conditions. However, I think the best chance to see that will be Bailey across a good chunk of Minnesota, possibly as far west as eastern South Dakota and maybe southeastern North Dakota, and perhaps getting into portions of Iowa. That's a possibility there. If we move on to Euro, you can see here it's actually further to the west with those stronger winds. Here, so we still have some uncertainties here, but let's turn on this here. Let's highlight the areas with snow here really quick, and we'll see what it shows with winds here. So sustained wind wise, you can see here it's a little bit further to the west here. It does get into portions of central North Dakota and South Dakota, and eventually going to get to eastern Nebraska. If we turn on the wind gusts, you can see here that's pretty much blizzard territory. So again, these regions right here would be the areas to watch here for the possibility for some near blizzard conditions here as well. So if you're going to be driving on the road, some of these areas, you got to be very careful. There could be some blinding snow out there. Visibility can be low at times there as well. So let's talk about some of these snowfall amounts, which I'm sure some people are going to be interested here. Actually, let's actually kind of continue through this entire event. So we'll turn on the pressure there. And this is going to kind of stay stationary here. You could possibly see some blizzard conditions on the backside here, especially when you have those isobars very close to each other. This is the European law, the 0Z run, which there is a new run that just came out, which I'll show you guys that in just a moment. But as we kind of continue on here, it starts to move to the southeast. Then it's going to be becoming an upper level low. There's going to be some very cold air aloft across a good chunk of these regions here. And let me move this around a little bit. And if we look at temperatures at around 850 millibars, I mean, the colder the temperatures, and you can see our 850 millibars pretty much. You got temperatures 22 degrees. Actually, that may not be 850 millibars, but anyways, those colder temperatures up there in the atmosphere, if you're going to have some moisture with it, it could spit out some snow. If you got some vorticity, which there'll be quite a bit of energy up there and some lift there as well, and you can get some bands of light to, at times moderate snow. You could even see the chance for some snow squalls across some of these regions here, even getting down to across portions of Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois here has the chance to seeing some snow squalls, and maybe even into Ohio and Michigan here, and possibly into Missouri. It even includes, the upper Midwest too. Don't want to forget those guys about that. And let's kind of go back here. You can see here with some of these rounds of snow here. And then there'll be possibly another round of snow that could come in to some of these regions on Sunday. And it kind of goes into Monday here. So for some of these regions here, you guys can see some isolated to scattered snow showers for quite a few days here. That'd be something to watch for there. You guys can see some accumulations by each day here, but I'm not 100% sure if some of that snow will stick or not. It's very going to depend on those surface temperatures there. And then moving on to Monday, you can see here, there goes another storm system, and we'll just stop there for now. And let's look into the NAM with this system here. So here's your low develops around Wisconsin. It's an upper level low, and you can see here it does bring in some widespread snow across Minnesota, Iowa, portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, Wisconsin, even getting into portions of Michigan. And you can see here with some of those rounds of snow that be going on across portions of the Ohio Valley there as well. And that could put down some light accumulations there as well. And we'll look into those Kachera snowfall totals. And you can see here, which this only goes all the way till Saturday evening here. And you can see here, generally 5 to 8 inches of snow, some isolated hotspots, some here and there. Really western Wisconsin and a decent chunk of Minnesota there as well. Maybe even getting into portions of Iowa. We'll see about that. But 5 to 8 inches of snow seems like a pretty good bet with this system here. But we just don't really know quite where it's going to happen. The better confidence is likely to be western Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota at this point. Although that could change there. And let's look into some other models. We'll look into the high-risk Canadian with this. And you can see here, which this model here does a better job than the NAM. You can see here, it's actually more widespread. It's a little further to the west. It's also showing higher amounts. It's showing amounts over a foot in some areas, although I think that's a little bit overdone there. But I think generally it's going to be 5 to 8 inches of snow. We could have some isolated areas that could see over 8 inches of snow. I think that's going to be the best bet at this point. But it's a little bit more focused across most of Minnesota and even getting down into Iowa there as well, and even eastern South Dakota and eastern Nebraska, interestingly enough there. And if we look to the high-res NAM, which does not go as far out as the other ones, only goes out 60 hours, so it does not go for the entire event, only goes out to Friday night here. And as you can see here, it's a little bit further to the east here. It's also quite widespread too, with the possibility for 5 to 8 inches of snow, which it does show some areas picking up to 10 inches of snow there as well. So again, 5 to 8 inches of snow and some isolated hot spots. It's looking to be a pretty good bet at this point here. And it's looking to be quite a widespread event there as well. And you can see here with some of those snow squalls here, you can notice here with some of those snow squalls here, with some of these bands of really heavy snow here at times. This is what you call snow squalls. You could easily get accumulations for a short period of time there. And you can see they're spinning out snowfall totals within some of those snow squalls, 1 to 3 inches there. If you guys haven't seen the high-risk Canadian on the other one, it shows something similar to this, but it's also, more widespread. It did include portions of Kentucky and Ohio there as well. I don't think there's. Oh yeah, we got the rapid refresh. This will be the last ball to take a look into on the system here. You can see here your low is a little bit further to the southeast. Some of these balls here have it pretty much kind of in western Wisconsin there. We'll see about that. But you can see here it shows some really heavy snow across some of those regions there. There could be some thumping snow there, which basically means, very heavy snow there as well. And you can see here pretty impressive bands of snow there. It's probably gonna be a little bit overdone with some of these snowfall amounts. And it does not go for the entire event, it only goes to Friday evening. But you can see here, some of those higher amounts is further to the southeast, although this is probably going to be an outlier here. But again, it does still show 5 to 8 inches of snow across these regions there, and it's not even done yet. So we probably know the snowfall accumulation wise, but we just don't really know quite where just yet. I think it's going to be a little bit more focused across some of these regions here. And that'll be the area to watch for now. I may release a snowfall forecast tomorrow, but probably not today, depending on how the malls go. I may release one tonight, which if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, that's where I will post it at, and I'll probably have a video update on that tomorrow. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it'll be in the description down below. Alright, let's kind of look into the Canadian model with this. So here comes your first system right here. And you can see your possibility for some near blizzard conditions on the backside of it. So a little bit further to the south here, but you can see here it moves out. And then this is where you have your nor'easter potential right in here. And I'm also been trending a little bit further to the southwest with this system here, which is a little bit interesting there. It's also a decently strong low, 988 millibars. So there'll be a chance for some strong winds here, which it does indicate that on the northwest, northeast side of that could be some strong winds behind us here with this nor'easter here. But so far, it's still, again, not really looking to be a huge snowmaker or anything like that, although it seems like it could be a possibility for some of these regions here, but it's not widespread, and it's also looking to be mostly rain out of this here. There as well with that system. And let's look into the European model next. So this is now the fresh run. See here with that nor'easter potential, I think the best chance for snow or some of the very high snowfall accumulations will be in those higher elevations. Some of those areas can see a chance for at least a foot of snow, at least with those mountaintops, especially where you have a lot of its moisture really getting into the storm system here. Got quite a bit of moisture there. So you can see at least a period of heavy snow within that nor'easter there. And it gets out of the way pretty quick there as well. It's kind of like a 1 to 2 day thing there. Here's the GFS. Here's your blizzard potential system or upper level low. And you can see here, it's a little bit different here. It's also showing a weaker system, 990 millibar low. But it's also doesn't really have much moisture to work with. You still have, well, you still have a decent amount of moisture, but there's just not a whole lot of snow going on there. So that could be the worst case scenario there. If you want snow, this would be the worst case scenario. You may not get a whole lot of moisture to work with and to get wrapped around the system here at time to see a lot of snow. But the GFS still shows the possibility for a nor'easter anyways there. And if we look into the icon model here, you can see here, does show some of those higher elevations, heavy snow at times, even some strong winds on the, and again with around Maine there could be some strong winds there, especially with those isobars very close to each other. The biggest issue with that is the temperatures will be too warm here to get snow, so it'd probably be more of a lot of rain, but those higher elevations again has a better chance to see a lot of snow than the areas in the lower elevations there. But this could also be possibly a heavy rain event. You can see here at times heavy rain training over some of these regions here, so there could be some flooding issues there with this system here there as well with it. That's what the icon model indicates. So for right now, for the nor'easter potential, is still there, but we still have uncertainty with the snowfall accumulations and stuff like that. And we'll probably have a better idea as we get closer to the event, which some of the higher resolution models are starting to get to the event. So we'll be watching that closely there as well. So let's move back to the Canadian model. So this is Martin Luther King Day morning. You can see here at times some light snow with an upper level low Could see some light snowfall accumulations there. Here comes another system here. A Clipper system may go up across the upper Midwest. And then we're going to watch for this here. This is definitely a trend with the models here. We can see a low pressure system develop somewhere in the Arctic region. And there's some uncertainties with the placement. And you can see here with the Canadian model, seems like you have two different lows, one here and it looks to be another one down here, with a chance of snow across some of these regions here on the northern side there, mainly across the Great Lakes, portions of the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley, and then moves up across the northeast there. Let's look at some other models here. Let's look at the European model. And you can see here comes a Clipper system there, and it shows a little bit of a different story. You can see here, it actually does show a period of a mix of and some snow across portions of Kentucky and eventually get into West Virginia. But you got a low pressure system starting to develop here. This is kind of a stationary front here. And anybody north of the stationary front may see a chance for some snow here. And as we continue on, we're now getting over a week out. So this can't change here. But you can see here, there could be a period of heavy snow on the northern side across Kentucky, West Virginia, southern Ohio, eventually getting into the mid-Atlantic, where some of these regions really haven't seen a lot of snow in a while. And then it moves off there as well. Too early with the snowfall accumulations, but the GFS is similar to the European model. And you can see here, with that tracker showing a stronger low here, and showing a wave of heavy snow, especially across Kentucky there, and eventually getting to Ohio. But then again, um, there's still some high uncertainties here. Well, not what I meant there. What I meant is we're still far out. This is Friday, January 22nd. So this is likely going to change. This is over a week out. This is about 10 days out. So this is going to change here. But the models have been trending towards, or at least hinting, that a system could develop somewhere around Texas, Louisiana, and may move up to the northeast, and there could be a chance for a winter storm. But again, this is likely going to change. Don't get overhyped with this system here. This is, again, going to change here, but this is something that the models are hinting on, and there's actually some agreement to this there as well. Which the Icon model does pick it up with that system, but does not show much snow with that either. It's actually, the temperatures are too warm. There's why your low's all the way down here. So you got all four models here this far out, indicating that system could develop somewhere right in here. But the track of it is something uncertain. You got a couple models that have it way down here, the deep south track. You got some that goes for the Tennessee Valley, brings in a pretty good winter storm. Across some of these regions here, you got some models further north that could bring the winter storm threat further north. So still got uncertainties with this system here, but we'll be watching it very closely here, and I'll give you guys an update if we do see any major changes or anything like that. But anyways, guys, those are all for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, go to the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.